And thus there was the day where we all thought happiness would come to us. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you guys. And as you can see today, we're taking a look at the Dragon Ball, not Super, GT actually, Dragon Star Series Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And at this point, it's safe to say that they're just going to put Dragon Ball Super on all of the packages, because never once did we see this form in Super, and nor is it even canon. Now for that lazy packaging, we got Dragon Ball Super right there, Dragon Star Series at the top, Dragon Star Series also right there, Super Saiyan 4 Goku right there, badass image of Super Saiyan 4 Goku right there. I really dig that. On this side, we ain't got much going on. And then, of course, on the back, we got all the figures of this wave. Piccolo will be getting reviewed next, so be on the lookout for that. And other than that, nothing new. Now, straight out of the packaging, I already know what some of you guys are thinking. Yay, Shinron is real. He granted my wish. Finally, a Super Saiyan 4 Goku action figure that I can put with my SH Figure Arts. Yes and no. This figure has some of the same issues that we have been seeing with Dragon Star's figures since they have been releasing them. And since I don't want to start it off on a bad note, I'll go ahead and talk about the positives first, and then I'll get into the negatives for the people who really want to know the details about this figure. Obviously, some people are going to get it just because it's Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but being that I'm a reviewer, I want you guys to know exactly what you're getting into. So let's go ahead and start off with the positive. Number one positive being, for me, the looks. I have to say, they did a phenomenal job on how this figure looks. From head to toe. I mean, for a $20 figure, come on, you can't tell me that's not Super Saiyan 4 Goku. The hair sculpt looks absolutely phenomenal no matter what pose you have him or how you have him turned. It's two pieces, so you can actually move around that bottom piece. I was not expecting that. I was thinking that it was going to be all one piece, so you probably wouldn't be able to turn his head much at all. But he does have more articulation in this area than I thought he would, and I'll discuss that in articulation. The body, the fur, all of that just looks extremely nice. They did a really great job on it, and I actually really like the paint as well. So, like, honestly, from head to toe, he does look nice. Now, he's missing the fur that goes on his hands, but other than that, I can't complain. The tail works perfectly. I mean, it's all there. You can't look at this and tell me that's not Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, in this pose right here, it looks the exact same way that he looked when he was getting ready to battle Omega Shinron, baby, Super 17, not Super 17. Actually, it was Super 17. So, yeah, I mean, they did a great job on it. That's one thing I can't do, is not praise this figure. They did a great job on it in terms of looks. Now let's go ahead and dive into the negatives. Now, my negatives about this figure might not be the same as someone else's, simply because some people might say I'm nitpicky, but whatever. It's two things that really bother me, one much more than the other. The second one is kind of but I'll go ahead and get into the main issue. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but the face and the chest do not match at all. At all. I don't know what they had going on. Well, actually, I do know what they had going on. The face is probably molded in this color. The eyes and mouth were painted on. And then you have this chest that was just painted. So it's like, they tried. It was close, but man, if you just actually take a look at it, I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera, but if you just take a look at it, you'll see that, like, nah, that's not matching at all, bruh. That's just not. They did a good job trying. I'll give them that. The paint's not very sloppy, so I mean, that's another good thing. But yeah, it just, that's gonna bother me. And the belt. The belt is actually supposed to be much lighter than this. Like I said, that's a small little nitpick. It's not like it's a big thing, but the main thing being is the chest. Of course, this figure also has some of the same articulation issues as other Dragon Stars figures. But we'll discuss that once we get into the articulation. Now that I've discussed my positive and negatives, let's go ahead and put this guy back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, to the top of his hair, Super Saiyan 4 Goku stands right at 6.5 inches, and to the top of his head, he stands at about 5.5 inches. So he's definitely going to fit in scale with your SH figure arts very well, and he's probably going to look pretty nice, especially if you get him touched up and some extra shading and paint on him. Now, in terms of articulation, here's where things get interesting. He looks up about that much. He looks down that much, which is actually better than I thought it was going to be, simply because of the fact that his hair is two pieces. I'm glad that they did that because it works very well, and you can actually get much more motion out of his head than probably any other figure they've released. That's a step in the right direction, Dragon Stars. That is a very big step. His arm goes up about this much, not really restricted at all. Of course, he has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that work really well. Hands are on a ball peg, so you can move them around pretty much however you want to. He does not have that diaphragm joint. Once we get that in, everything will be great. But he does have a waist swivel, and you can't really crunch him forward much, but you can crunch him back. So they're getting better. I'll give them that. Foot goes out about that much before it starts to curve, so you can get probably about that much going forward. Not too much, but I mean, it works. He can do the splits about that much, kick back about that much. He does have a built-in swivel. The knees are still having this clamshell issue here, but I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, it's not getting better. So yeah, the knee issue is the problem, but at least he can stand up straight this time. So he does not have a swivel right here. Foot actually just popped off, so I'll go ahead and show you this one. Foot goes down, these feet pop off really easily. I don't know how the hell that happened. Okay, but yeah, feet go down about that much, up about that much, and you can get some swivel out of them, but not too much. So yeah, feet pop off easily, in case you guys don't know. Now for accessories, just like usual, you know we get a lot of them. As you can see, we get the fist hands that come on him right out of the packaging. And of course, we get a pair of Kamehameha hands. And lastly, we get the best hand that he actually comes with. We get the Psych, You Thought Wrong, Try Again hand. And this is easily my favorite of the 5. Now for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the SH Figure Arts Scouter 2.0 Vegeta and the SH Figure Arts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, and it's actually looking like they made this figure a little bit smaller. He's about the same size as the Goku figure on the right, as you can see, which is pretty awesome because these figures used to be taller, so maybe they're making them to fit in scale more with SH Figure Arts now. Next up, here he is standing next to the SH Figure Arts 2.0 Final Form Frieza and the SH Figure Arts Premium Color Perfect Cell. Lastly, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends and the Dragon Star series First Form Frieza, which I actually just reviewed. Go check that out if you haven't already. Now, my final thoughts on this figure are that if you are a fan of Goku, you are a fan of Super Saiyan 4, and you are a fan of Dragon Ball GT, obviously you need this figure in your collection. If you're none of the three, like myself, then I mean, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, I picked this figure up just for review specifically. That's the only reason that I wanted it, and I know for a fact I'm most definitely not going to keep it. That being said, though, that does not make it a bad figure at all. I only had 2 to 3 issues with it, 2 being paint, and then 1 just being that articulation that we have been having since Dragon Stars has been a thing. I mean, that's just what it is. The articulation below the waist especially just sucks. So I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon, but I do have to say that they are getting much better with paint and sculpt, and the faces sometimes look good, sometimes look really bad, but this one looks really good. I think that they did a phenomenal job on it, and honestly, I feel like if you guys were to add this to your collection, you wouldn't regret it at all. It's definitely a good placeholder, if nothing else. It's only 20 bucks, but I do feel like this figure will eventually go up in price due to rarity. I feel like a lot of people are going to get their hands on this, and it's just going to shoot up because of the fact that There's no other 6-inch Super Saiyan 4 Goku figure that's going to match this. This is going to be the definitive Super Saiyan 4 Goku until another top tier company makes it. So if you don't have it already, haven't paid for it, haven't ordered it, pre-ordered it, whatever, get your hands on this guy. I really do feel like it's going to shoot up in price, and people who are a fan of this form are going to miss out. So don't do that. But anyway, that's my review of this guy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content. And of course, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. As always, I'm out. Peace.